Hey guys, this is Gigi with Paper Trails by Gigi, and welcome back to my channel. Or welcome if you're joining me for the first time. I really appreciate it. All right, in today's video, we will be doing a weekly check-in and just seeing where we are in the month as far as our bill checklist. What has been paid, what still needs to be paid out of my January 10th check. All right, so here is our checklist. Any bills that are due from the 10th through the 24th will need to be paid out of the 10th check. So, as I stated in my previous video, my cell phone bill was due January 10th, but I decided to pay it early. I paid it with my December 27th check, so that is good and out of the way. The next bill that is due after the January 10th check is Apple Music, and that is $11.90, and that has been paid. The next bill is our water bill that was due January the 15th, and that also has been paid. That is here. The 16th is our Prime, Amazon Prime. That's $16.23. That has been paid. That is here, Amazon Prime. And then our car insurance, that was due today, but that was paid when I got paid on the 10th. I went ahead and paid that. So there's our checklist for that. My daughter's renter's insurance is due on the 19th. You'll probably be seeing this video on the 19th. So that, will be taken out. That's automatic draft. So that'll be taken out on the 19th. So far from our 10th paycheck, everything has been paid except for the renter's insurance and the ADT bill. So those two bills are left to be paid out of the 10th check. Now, let's go into our expense tracker. This is where the transparency comes into play. And like I said on my first video, y'all, I'm still trying to find my way with this. I do see an improvement since I have been using the cash envelope system and just budgeting and just, paying attention, being aware. Like I said, being more financially aware. It has really, really helped me. I mean, I wish I would have found this years ago. So here we go. Let me start by saying this. This was supposed to be a no spend month. I was watching Jasmine over at Budget Treasures, and she is doing a no spend month for January. And watching her lives and seeing, what she has to say about being prepared for not to spend, or that is so, that really resonated with me because I wasn't prepared to have a no spend month. I just said, I'm not going to spend money, and just was not mindful of different things that would come up when you're trying to watch it. Some of these things on here I could have done without, but I didn't want to do without it. I'm just being honest. I didn't want to do without it, and I decided to spend it. It's not drastic. It's not anything that will prevent me from taking care of my responsibilities. But looking at this, it's making me say, okay, girl, get it together. Get it together. You have to do better. Um, I just really appreciate this budget tracking system. I just really do because I mean it's right here. It's right here looking me dead in my face of what I have done and where I can improve. So anyway, let's start with groceries. I budgeted $100 for groceries. And the reason I only budgeted $100 is because I had just bought groceries. So I felt like I really didn't need much, but obviously I did. Um, I am over $84.34 in groceries. And this is, I don't necessarily think I have to, my normal budget is 150 every 2 weeks. I don't necessarily think that I have to increase um, my budget for groceries. I just need to be, I need a list, basically. I don't need to go to the store. Oh, that looks good. Oh, I need to just go by a list and stick to that. I need to write out what I plan on cooking for those 2 weeks or that week because I kind of grocery shop every week. And then I just need to stick with it and buy what's needed for that week, not anything, not deviate from that. All right, so excuse me, let's jump here to miscellaneous. I had $12 in my miscellaneous envelope. I decided that one morning I wanted to go to McDonald's. I had a horrible headache and I was out and about and I knew I wasn't going to go home and cook anything and all that. So I decided to get McDonald's. I'm 97 cents over in miscellaneous for that. These green highlighted areas, or yeah, I guess you would call it a highlighter. Those areas are, this is everything that is unbudgeted. I am $76.03, or I have $76.03 of unbudgeted spending. What can I say? This fuel is the only thing that I was under budget on. I usually budget $35 a week in gas, and I spent $23.52. It is what it is, and we move forward. So, what I did want to ask you, that's pretty much it for the video. I just kind of wanted to check in um, with what bills had been paid and go over my expense tracking for the week. But I did want to ask you guys a question. And you can, I would love if you would chat with me in the comments about it. But I was having a conversation with one of my friends, one of my really good close friends, and then a few other people earlier in the week. And I was asking them, do you think your upbringing or your childhood shaped how you handle your finances as an adult? And I had mixed, you know, people were saying different things. Some people said yes, they think that it did shape how they, whether it's negative or positive, you know. And some people said that they did think that it shaped, how they handle their finances today. And others said that they didn't think it did. And I started thinking about my own, upbringing and things of that nature to see kind of, did I think that my upbringing shaped how I handle my finances today? And to be honest with you, I don't really I think some small parts could have, but then again, I really don't know. And so I was going over thinking about, when I was a kid, when I would get money for just an allowance. I don't really remember getting an allowance, but just if they shot me $5 or $10 here and there, if I would get money for my birthday or Christmas or, babysitting, how I handled my finances then as a kid. And to be honest, every time I got some money, my mom would say, that money is burning a hole in your pockets. And I would be like, what? But I was just itching to spend. I mean, it was crazy. I was ready to spend. I was excited about it. And I just said, you know what? I've been wanting to spend money since I was a kid. But anyway, so I remember when I got my first job, I was making $75 a week. And my parents asked me to contribute $10 a week from my paychecks. I didn't think anything of it. I wasn't upset, but I really appreciate that because that molded me into understanding contributing to the household. They do everything, or they did everything else for me, provided food, clothing, housing, and that just, it kind of, even at a young age at 17, it's like you need to understand that you should not be living somewhere without contributing something. And I think that, a lot of parents should do this. Um, I did it with mine. And I mean, it wasn't gonna kill them. So I learned at a young age, like, okay, you need to handle your responsibilities, what you need to do as far as contributing your bills. That was my bill at 17. But then after that, after I gave them that little $10, that other, I spent it. I spent it on whatever it is I wanted. I did not learn how to save money. I just didn't. And so, when I was a young adult at 19, 20, when I had, my oldest daughter, I was basically, I stepped into adulthood already kind of struggling. So I definitely couldn't save any money, at that point. So again, it just, I guess I have mixed reviews or feelings towards if how you grew up really shapes how you handle money today. um, I was young, making $6 an hour. For the life of me, I don't know why I was given a credit card making that amount of money. And that's when I kind of tapped into my first, being in debt. And just, and after that, when you're young, you don't really know how to save. You don't really know how to manage your finances. Then on top of that, you have a credit card. It just kind of really makes it ugly, as you grow. And so, I've been there and done that. I'll do a future video on how bad the debt really became, over the years. But I said all that to say that this system really works. I believe you just sit down, you look at your expenses, you look at, what you have to pay, you look at how can you save. And I was also one of those, once I kind of was making more money and kind of could sustain a household, I was still one of those, like I said, I want to be cute. I wanted to dress. I wanted to do this. I wanted to, you know. So I took care of everything, but I never had any money left over. I never had any savings. I was one of those that would write a check on Wednesday for cash at the grocery store and hope and pray that by Friday when I got paid, it wouldn't clear until Friday. So I was one of those. I always could, like, if something came up and I needed to borrow a certain amount of money, I knew how to sit down and budget how I would pay that money back. So I had those skills. I just never had any extra. And so this system is kind of getting me to the point to where I have extra. But I still am working on controlling my spending urges. Now I won't spend until I, like I said, this, me overspending, this is not all the money I have, and I'm able to still eat even though I did overspend. But in reality, I need to do better. I need to manage this a little bit better. And this system, all this tracking, all of this here, this helps me. This helps me. I mean, it is really. I'm so glad I found it. So, and I'm glad that I can share and be transparent, with all of you all, because when at first I thought I can't do videos like this because I don't have it all together. But hey, I'm getting it together. I may get it all the way together and I may not. I'm still human, but I'm tracking it. I'm looking at it. I'm seeing it. It's been times where I just didn't know where my money went, and when I had so much money, I would just mismanage it so much. I remember during the start of the pandemic, we got kind of like I don't know, like extra pay because we were, I guess, considered essential workers. So we got a nice amount of money, but I was giving most of it to Uber Eats. I was giving most of it to Amazon. And when you're sitting at home and you can't leave the house, this is what you do. So I I'm really thankful that I found this. But anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. I thank you guys for watching. Please consider subscribing. Leave me a like, leave me a comment. Let me know how you feel about this. Let me know how you guys childhood, as far as when you were first introduced to money, and how it may affect you today, whether it's positive or negative. I just really believe it's the individual, and it's kind of, you just kind of have to get into a mindset of doing better for yourself. That's in every area. I can't say, oh, I ate bad when I was younger, and this is why I eat junk today. No, no, that's not it. So, um, again, I'm gonna get out of here, and I'm rambling. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.